Okay, now let us see some examples for ER model. So consider a company has several departments. One employee will manage the department, and we keep a track of the start date of the department manager. A department may have several locations. Each department controls a number of projects. So there are several projects. Each project has a unique name, a unique number, and it is located at a single location. Now, employee and the details of the employees are stored. An employee works for one department, but they may work on several projects. We keep track of the number of hours per week that an employee currently works on each project. We also keep track of the direct supervisor of each employee. And the employee also has some dependents. For the dependents, we keep track of their name, sex, birth date, and relationship. So let us first understand the cardinality ratio. Between employee and department, there are two relations. One is works on, and the other one is manages. Now, manages is a one to one relationship, but not all employees are managers. But definitely, every department has a manager. So, employees' participation is partial, but department participation is total. Start date is also a attribute of is an attribute of relationship. The next is works for relationship, again between employee and department, but this is many to one. Every employee, every that and because many employees work for one relationship, and the participations are total here because uh, uh, that is the department will have at least one employee, and every employee will belong to at least one department. The next is department controls project. Now, might one department might control several projects. Now, project will definitely belong to a department, but sometimes department may not have a project under it. So, project participation is total, but department participation is partial. The next is supervision. Now, supervision, that is one employee might supervise several employees. It's a relationship between employee and employee. It's a recursive relationship, and it is one to many, and it is partial on both the sides. That is, sometimes or not all the employees are supervisors, and sometimes an employee may not have a supervisor. The next is works on relationship. Works on relationship is between employee and project. One employee can work on many projects, and one project will have many employees, so it is many to many relationship. The attribute is number of hours, and one employee has to work on some or the other project. So from employee side, it is total participation, and any project will have at least one employee. So on the other side also, it is total participation. The next is has dependence relationship. It's a relationship between employee, which is a strong entity, and dependent, which is a weak entity. Now, a weak entity always has a total participation, but the employee need not have any dependent, may not have any dependent, so employee will be partial. So this is how the department entity will look like. Project entity, this will be the employee entity. The dependent entity. Now let us see the complete ER diagram. Employee, a recursive relationship with the department. It is uh, here 1 comma 1, and here 1 comma n, here 0 comma 1 and 1 comma 1. That is two relationship, works for and manages. So instead of just writing 1 and n, we have written here like structural constraints, min and the max. The min and the max values are written here, not just the cardinality ratio. The min and the max are written over here. As we can see, manages has an attribute start date. Department has a derived attribute the number of employees. So I can calculate HR department has 2 employees, finance department has 3 employees, depending upon the list of employees. Then there is a there is a weak entity dependent, which is given in two consecutive rectangles, and it has two diamonds, that is two consecutive diamonds as the relationship, and this is how they are represented. Then there is a project department controls the project, the employee works on project, works on has an attribute which is the hours. Let us take another example. So there is a publishing company which produces some books on various subjects, and here the books will be written by some authors, and the books are edited by authors. Sometimes author might work with several editors. So in this scenario, the ER diagram will be, so there is a subject and the author will be specializing in some subject. This is another way of representing an ER diagram. The publication, so these are the entities and the relationship is written over here. The publication as in the book, it is edited by some editor. It is author writes the book, and the author works with some author editor. The author editor employs the editor. Let us take the next example. So this basically helps you understand how do I organize various entities depending upon what sentences am I reading. Now there is a hospital which has several wards. Each ward has some patients, and any patient is recommended by a general practitioner, and in the hospital they are belonging to a consultant. Other than the consultant, there are various doctors also attending the patient. So and patient will also have certain tests and treatments, tests and its results, treatments associated with it. Doctors will be specialists in some branch of medicine. So a ward a ward has several patients, and the patients has the test results and the tests. The patient also follows some treatment which are prescribed by a doctor. The patient is also assigned a consultant. The patient also undergoes some diagnosis, and that is also prescribed by the doctor. The doctor specializes in some specialty, and every ward will be belonging to some specialty. The patient is recommended by a general practitioner. So this will be a overall picture of the ER diagram.